Yeah, so, Christina, do we have everybody you're going to need, or?
Not sure if the gentleman, are you Mr. McLeod? No. So my first applicant is not yet here.
Okay.
That one?
Well, why don't we'll come back into session when we talk about Burnco first, and then if your first one isn't here, we'll just jump to number 2. But so with that, I'd like to welcome, I guess, are we live streaming or? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to welcome everybody back to continuation of this morning's BOCC meeting. It's 1:01 p.m. and we'll be considering land use items now. Amanda, could you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Richardson.
Here.
Commissioner Thayer. Here. Commissioner Pettit.
Here. Alrighty, and I know we got the fan and air conditioners, so if anybody's having trouble hearing, kind of wave and we'll try to speak better into the mics, or have Amanda turn them up until we're blasted out of the room if need be. So we had initially 4 items. The last one today was concrete batch plant, and my understanding is you initially recommended continuation, but the applicant intends to let this notice expire and renotice for another time in the future. Yeah.
Correct. I had required information on dates from the state, and they don't have that yet, so they're going to have to renotice.
Okay, so they'll need to pull down their current sign and
Yes, sir.
run through all the mailings and everything again. Okay. So, do you have who you need now?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So we will take up the first item we have, which is secure an RV boat storage and repair. It's a SUR, or a use by special review. Each one of these 3 items we hear today will run in generally the same order. The staff will present the application to us. We'll ask the applicant if they have anything to add, or we may have questions for staff or the applicant. We'll ask for public comment. If any is received or there's concerns raised, we'll discuss those and then move to a decision on the item, and the decision can be to approve, disapprove, approve with conditions. One of the items is a variance. We actually hear those not as a Board of County Commissioners, but as a Board of Adjustments. Same 3 people, just it's a different piece of statute. So, but with that, I would accept a motion to open public hearing on secure RV and boat storage and repair.
I'll make a motion. We open the public hearing on secure RV and boat storage and repair SU-20-0048.
Second.
A motion and a second to open public hearing on this item. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. So we're in public hearing at this time.
And first, Christina Stanton, CDS Staff Director. First thing I want to do is note that the agenda says SU 20-0048, and I think at some point in time my staff gave it a newer application number through some resubmittals or timeline-wise. So the actual application number associated with this, which is in the packet and was in the notices, I believe, that were published, are SU 21-0034. And again, this is secure RV and boat storage and repair. So it is a request for special use by review for an RV and boat storage repair business that's located on approximately 0.88 acres of the larger 35-acre property at 2151 Elizabeth Drive, Parker.
Just to keep it clean for the record, Rick, would you accept a friendly amendment to open this as SU 21-0034?
Yeah, I'll change the motion to open public hearing for secure RV and boat storage and repair SU-21-0034.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to open as 21-0034. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, back to you.
Thank you. So moving on, I'm just going to do a quick overview. Again, the secure RV and boat storage repair has been operating for a little over 2 years, I think, on, again, this 35-acre parcel. So this is a project that our zoning compliance official found operating, and we're bringing through the SUR process to bring them into compliance. Repairs are done off-site for the most part. They don't have any chassis or engine repairs. All vehicles that are stored on the site are inside a portion of the existing barn. And from our review, they've basically found that they generate minimal traffic. 1 to 2 vehicles per day in the summer is typical. I already mentioned we're bringing it into compliance. Business has no signage or no additional structures planned. And as I stated earlier, it's only about 0.88 acre of the actual 35-acre property. Application history, so you can see we did have the pre-app with them May 5th of 2020, and formal application was submitted early in this year, January 29th, 2021. Went through some referral, and they had to work with some of the referral agencies before we were able to do the notices. So all that's listed here and also on the staff report, as well as the Planning Commission meeting we had July 6th. And the Planning Commission voted 8-0 to recommend approval of this item with conditions listed, plus an additional condition that signs be posted stating no restrooms are on the premise. So we have a condition added from them. This is our zoning and aerial maps. So you can kind of see where the property is. There's a lot of other large, 35-plus acre properties around there. There are some smaller ones further to the south and further off to the west and quite a ways up north. But most of the ones around them are, again, the large 35-plus acres. This is the SUR exhibit. You can see the shaded portion. Like I said, that's 0.88 acres. That's the actual part of the property where they're doing the operations of their business. The rest of it is just agricultural, residential property. We went through our referral process, the same as we do for all of our applications, and listed here I have the agencies, internal and external, that were referred, and some of the comments received from those agencies. We had no objections for the most part. We did have Public Health Department had no objections as long as the existing septic connected to the barn is not used for customer use. And Road and Bridge had a side note that Elizabeth Drive is a private road and maintained maintenance at the expense of the owners. They have to maintain that. I will also note that the fire district has done an inspection of the property. There's a number of criteria listed in Article 3E5 of our zoning regulations, A through H. These are right out of a staff report. And I think I've only got a few of these that I want to hit on rather than going through all of them. I want to note A, when I was looking at compatibility and harmony, the immediate surrounding area, again, neighborhood, largely 35-plus acre properties, and that it's not uncommon to see large farm and storage buildings of similar sizes. In fact, I think there is another one of a similar size very close by that they use for their farm equipment. And then also just to reiterate that when we did this review, it came to our attention that the traffic impacts are minimal, of only 1 to 2 vehicles in the summer. Overall, there were no objections from the referral agencies, just a few things to be noted, which I've already mentioned. So here's kind of a continuation of some of those same criteria that's in our staff report. And I've already hit on the public health comment. I've already hit on the minimal impact of vehicles. And another thing we considered having to do with screening. Everything, again, isn't stored inside the existing barn, so there's no need for any additional screening. Findings, we have some fairly standard findings based on Article 3C4 of the Elbert County zoning regulations. Staff finds the following, A through E. A, the proposal is in general conformance with the Elbert County Comprehensive Plan. B, the proposal meets the criteria for approval in the Elbert County zoning regulations. C, the Elbert County subdivision regulations are not applicable to this application. D, the proposal is compatible with existing allowable land uses in the surrounding area. And E, the proposal will not result in a significant impact to the health, safety, or welfare of residents and landowners in the surrounding area. So staff and the Planning Commission are recommending approval to the Board of County Commissioners of the special use by review for secure RV and boat storage and repair, SU 210034, subject to the following conditions. One, the applicant will be required to remove the public hearing signs within 7 days of approval by the Board of County Commissioners. Two, the special use by review shall not become effective until all fees are paid, conditions of approval are met, and that should say special use. I thought I corrected that. Exhibit is recorded. Recordation of all appropriate documentation to occur within 180 days. Board of County Commissioner approval. And the existing septic system shall not be utilized by customers. And 5, no signage shall be allowed without first obtaining a sign permit. 6, no additional business-related structures shall be constructed without modification of this special use by review. 7, no building modification shall be made without consultation with the Rattlesnake Fire Protection District. And 8, which is the one added by Planning Commission, signage shall be placed on the premises that state there is no public restroom. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, just, you had said Mike discovered, was this just in his, going about his day-to-day duties, or were there complaints that generated?
I believe it was just in his day-to-day duties. Okay. I don't know of any complaints.
Yeah, because I noticed there didn't seem to be any public concern that was noted in the staff reports either, so thank you. Any questions for staff?
I'll wait for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to invite the applicant up if they've got anything they'd like to add, sir. If you could, just to, works for me. Yeah, sir, if you could just give us your name and address for the record, and then if you've got anything.
Greg McLeod, 2151 Elizabeth Drive.
Okay, thank you. Do you have anything you'd like to add to what staff presented?
Not really.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Do you have any questions for the applicant? Okay. For the conditions that were presented, do you have any problem with those, the signage?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so you would accept those if we voted? Okay, I appreciate that. At this point, I'd open this for public comment. Is there anybody that would like to make public comment on this item? Amanda, did we receive anything through you that indicated public comment? Whoops.
No.
Okay, thank you. So with that, I would close public comment and accept a motion to approve this application with the conditions that were presented.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the secure RV and boat storage and repair SU-21-0034.
I'll second.
Oh, and you accept that with the conditions of approval?
Yeah. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve this application with the conditions of approval that were presented. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, sir, you're approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would accept a motion to close public hearing on this item.
I'll make a motion. We close public hearing on secure RV and boat storage and repair SU-21-0034.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to close public hearing on this item. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. You're ahead of us. Okay, great. The next item we have up is the Easton Albers rezone, RZ 21-001. I would accept a motion to open public hearing on this item.
Mr. Chairman, I move we open the Easton Elbert's rezone RZ-21-001. And I'd like to give the applicant the option of asking me to recuse because I've been a close neighbor of this gentleman for years.
Yeah, I guess he's just asking if you don't feel that, if you feel that Commissioner Thayer can be fair in this hearing, he'll hear you. If not, he'll step aside. Okay, thank you. And I assume you trust yourself.
Yeah,
to
no,
be
I
fair.
just wanted to give him the option because he did pick up a pop bottle in front of my house years ago.
Okay, thank you. All righty. I think,
I'll second.
yeah, okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor of opening?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, we're in public hearing. This is a little slightly different, same kind of order we go in, but this is a rezone. There's an administrative subdivision that I think will be concurrent with this at the staff level, but what we're considering here today is just the rezone and uses of the land, not any eventual subdivision. So with that, Christina, I would turn the floor over to you.
Thank you. Again, Christina Stanton, CDS Director, and this is the Easton Albers rezone, RZ 21-0001, which is a request for a rezone of 36.381 acres from agricultural to agricultural residential on property located at 13124 State Highway 86, Kiowa. And again, project overview for this. The property is located approximately 2.5 miles from the town of Kiowa. And applicants, as you alluded to, they're also going through a process to split the property. In order to do that, they first need to get approval for the rezone. And then if everything else is met, they will be able to split. And all 3 lots that they're proposing for the split will be accessed via the existing driveway on 86, when the southernmost lot has an access easement. There has been some dispute over the property boundaries to the south between this. I did want to kind of call that out. I know the applicant has tried to be in conversations with the property owner to the south, and he actually had sent out, he's been in conversations a couple times with her. He sent out a follow-up email fairly recently, actually Saturday, the tail end of it basically saying that, you know, his family and he are planning on and willing to correct the fence because there are some areas where it comes onto his property and some areas where it goes onto her property. Kind of talked about the different types of fences that they were looking at and trying to get her feedback on whether she was acceptable with that or wanted something different. You know, saying that they respect her longevity, home, and privacy as much as their own and do not want to disrupt her lifestyle. To date, there is no response from this email that was, like I said, that was Saturday, but they have had prior conversations as well. Because I think in that email, he attached an updated exhibit that shows specifically where the fence is on the survey. Again, kind of application history, pre-app was November 19th of 2020, and the formal application was January 17th of 2021. Went through referral period and notices. Our biggest issue has been working back and forth with water, which we'll get into here shortly. And the Planning Commission also recommended on July 6th, 2021 to vote. The vote was 8-0 to recommend approval of this item with the conditions listed and additional condition that the Colorado Division of Water Resources determined there is sufficient water supply before the approval of the minor subdivision, since that's a requirement under the subdivision piece. Shows here the zoning and aerial map, so you can see I tried to zoom quite a bit out on the zoning so you can see where the town boundaries of Kiowa are, portions of. And then the aerial is zoomed in a little bit more so you can kind of see what's surrounding, that it's, you know, fairly open land out there. A lot of, and as you can also see that from the zoning map, it's a very large, and I want to say 500 something acre parcel next to them to the west. And the treat area is not very much on, not here, they're further to the south and across the street to the north. This is the rezone exhibit. It also shows how they're planning to split the lots. And again, this application, just like with all of our applications, we sent through referral process, number of entities listed, usually not quite so many for some of the smaller rezone minors. Our biggest back and forth, again, like I alluded to, was water. They needed some additional information originally. There was a water attorney who is present that can speak to this as well. They drafted a replacement plan that was dated May 21st, 2021, and I think that was sent to the state a couple times. I think they may have sent it, and staff also sent it on June 1st. And they've had ongoing conversations since that time as well as before that time. All the other entities that were referrals had no objections. The school district did state that there would be a cash in lieu and improvement fees due at subdivision, but they did not specify what those fees are. And again, here are the listed criteria for evaluation in Article 3C4 of our zoning regulations. And I'm going to just hit on a couple of them here. B, whether the proposed rezoning is compatible with surrounding land uses. And the surrounding land uses in the area are agricultural and single-family residential. Immediately, properties, most of them are 35 plus. But it should be noted that just across Highway 86 and a little to the east, there are a few smaller lots ranging from 5 to 19 acres in size. Also wanted to kind of reiterate that there were no objections from referral agencies with the exception of the ongoing discussions on water. And these are the other review criteria that are also in the staff report. One here, kind of, again, the proposals not adversely impacting the environment or surrounding neighbors. Their end result will create 2 new lots. And again, they'll be compatible with the other lots across the street that are, again, the 5 to 19 acres. Obviously a little bit smaller than some of the ones that are immediately adjacent, but not a huge concern there. There's not a huge concern on traffic. We did not have any response back from that from Public Works as well. And the Fire Protection District also had no objection. So based on Article 3C4 of the zoning regulations, staff finds the following. A, the proposal is in general conformance with the comprehensive plan. B, the proposal meets the criteria for approval in the Elbert County zoning regulations. C, the Elbert County subdivision regulations are not applicable to this application. D, the proposal is compatible with existing allowable land uses in the surrounding area. And E, the proposal will not result in significant impact to the health, safety, and welfare of residents and landowners in the surrounding area. So both staff and the Planning Commission are recommending approval to the Board of County Commissioners of the rezone for Easton Albers RZ 210001, subject to the following 3 conditions. These are our standard 3, that the applicant will remove the public hearing sign within 7 days of approval by the Board of County Commissioners, that the rezone shall not become effective until all fees are paid, conditions of approval are met, and the rezone exhibit is recorded. And 3, that the recordation of all appropriate documentation is to occur within 180 days of a Board of County Commissioners approval. Thank you.
Any questions of staff at this time? Okay, at this point, I'd invite the applicant up to provide any additional information that they may have. Oh,
And Connie Albers is 13124. Yep.
anything you'd like to add, or sounds like I mean, the fencing piece is interesting, but doesn't affect rezone, and I'm sure if you have any questions or comments. Similarly, water at subdivision, obviously, we're going to have state approval to consider that, and a 300-year water source that would
Okay.
support, but
Gina Burke with Gen Water Resources is here with me. She's doing all the hard legwork on that. So if you guys were to have any questions or anything Gina might want to add, if that would be okay.
okay, yeah, I welcome that if
Okay.
you want. Again, that's going to be more appropriate to the subdivision, so I don't
Okay.
have any questions or comments, or?
I really don't. There are two houses here already, is that what you just said?
Yes, sir.
Your mic?
Yeah.
There are two houses here as we speak?
Yes, sir, there
So
is.
this will create a third building site.
Yes. And the plan for that and the reason is doing this is moving my mom into the current home that I live in and then us putting another home on the 10 acres.
Yeah, so I guess, again, fairly straightforward. I'd just ask, I mean, there were pretty simple conditions of approval, removal sign, et cetera. Do you have any problem accepting those?
No, sir, not at all.
Conditions? Okay. So with that, I would accept a motion on this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Public comment.
We do need to open this for public comment. I apologize. So, do we have anybody that wanted to make public comment on this application? Okay. Seeing none in the room, I'm assuming none was received electronically.
There has not been any
Okay,
received.
thank you. So with that, I would close public comment. The applicant's indicated he'd accept conditions, so I'd accept a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve Easton Elbert rezone RZ-21-0001.
Second.
A motion and a second, and that is with conditions.
Yeah, and you accept the conditions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with that, we've got a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I'd accept a motion to close public hearing on this item.
I'll make a motion, we close public hearing on Easton Elbert rezone RZ-21-0001.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to close public hearing. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're completed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. And then again, when it comes time to consider the subdivision, please work through all the water pieces appropriately. Thank you. All righty. So. All righty. Well, Ally's getting that up. We will be, I would accept a motion to consider the stairs variance.
I'll make a motion, we open the Board of Adjustments.
All righty, I'll take that too. I'll take a second to open as Board of Adjustments.
Second.
A motion and a second to open as Board of Adjustments. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. We are now operating as the Board of Adjustments. I would accept a motion to open hearing on the stairs variance.
Mr. Chairman, I move we open the stairs variance VA-21-0035.
I'll second.
The motion and a second to open public hearing on the stairs variance, VA 21-0035. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. We're in public hearing on this item. Ally, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm Ally McGahee, Planning Tech with Elbert County. Today we have the stairs variance, case number VA 210035. This is a request for a major variance to the side setback requirements from the standard accessory setback of 60 feet on the side in the agriculture district to a requested accessory setback of 40 feet on the side. Doug and Lisa Stairs are applying for this major variance on their agricultural property at 40435 County Road 21. Their application submitted on May 18th has gone through referral and public hearing has been noticed. The property is surrounded immediately by agriculturally zoned properties and is located near the Cross Diamond Acres, Deer Creek Farm, and Spring Valley Ranch neighborhoods. The existing home was built in the 1970s, and the garage is not big enough to fit the owner's vehicles. The purpose of this request is to ultimately allow for a detached metal garage to be built on the existing concrete parking pad. The knoll on which the house sits is covered with the only mature trees on the lot. Here you'll see the existing setback depicted in blue and the proposed setback in orange. Take note that the house itself is only set back 60 feet, making it a non-conforming structure, which would require a variance if modified in the future. The application was sent to potentially affected agencies and no objections were received. It was noted by Elbert County Public Health that the OWTS location will be needed for a building permit. After review, it was determined by staff that the request meets all 5 variance criteria. Specifically to be noted is criteria C, which states that the requested variance must comply with the purpose and intent of the standard that is being requested to be varied. This proposed variance encroaches only 20 feet on the required 60-foot side yard setback. If all county required setbacks were met, the minimum distance between an accessory structure and a neighboring lot's residential structure would be 160 feet. The proposed encroachment would actually create a distance of 325 feet between said structures. Additionally, granting a variance would allow all established trees to be retained, thus maintaining the existing buffering of the site. Staff recommends that the Board of Adjustments find that 1, the proposal is in general conformance with the Elbert County Comprehensive Plan. 2, the proposal meets the criteria commonly associated with variance requests. 3, the Elbert County subdivision regulations are not applicable to the application. 4, the proposal is compatible with existing and allowable land uses in the surrounding area. And 5, the proposal will not result in significant impact to the health, safety, and welfare of the residents and landowners of the surrounding area. In consideration of the criteria set forth in the Elbert County zoning regulations, and as we understand it, that there are no objections from other governing bodies, the recommendation of Community and Development Services is that the Board of Adjustments approve the major variance for stairs variance VA210035 to allow for a 40-foot side yard setback on the property located at 40435 County Road 21, Elizabeth, subject to the following condition. 1, that the applicant will be required to remove the public hearing sign within 7 days of a decision by the Board of Adjustments. Thank you.
Any questions for staff at this time? No. And my understanding, there's nobody that has objected, and the property owner adjacent is supporting this?
Yes, we received a neighboring, a notice from the neighbor saying they were okay with it.
Okay. I'd like to invite the applicant up at this point.
Hi, Lisa Stairs, 40435 County Road 21, and my husband Doug Stairs.
Oh, sir. Looks like this might not be the most important thing going on in your life right now.
Well, considering if it starts to raining, it'd be nice to be able to pull into the garage.
I appreciate that. I'm assuming that your septic system isn't under the slab you're going to build
No,
on.
it's not. No, thankfully.
All righty. Is there anything you'd like to add to what staff had to say? Or?
No, we also have additional neighbors that came in and support. They're on the other side.
Okay.
Property on the other side of this one. But we haven't heard anything back other than people thinking that we're subdividing, but we're not.
No, I was going to say, do you have any questions or comments? None? Yeah. Like I said, I received one call from somebody that saw the sign, and then before I could answer it, they called back and said they pulled over and read it, so they weren't concerned. So it may have been the same people thinking you were subdividing. I'm assuming you have no problem with the single condition that you remove the sign at the end of this hearing? Okay.
It's causing traffic issues.
They make very good target stands, so yeah, okay. So with that, I would accept a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve stairs VA-21-0035.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to,
I guess, do we have public comment?
yeah. Since you did bring, I'm so sorry, not trying to rush through, but is there any additional public comment on this? I know you traveled out here, so. Well, it happens more often than you'd think. But much appreciated. So with that, I will close public comment and accept a motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we approve stairs VA-21-0035.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the stairs major variance. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I would accept a motion to close public hearing on this item.
I'll make a motion, we close public hearing on stairs VA-21-0035.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to close hearing. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right,
I'll make a motion, we close Board of Adjustments.
Okay.
Second.
A motion and a second to close as Board of Adjustments. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
I would accept a motion to reopen as Board of County Commissioners and adjourn for the day.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to reopen as Board of County Commissioners and adjourn for the day. I'm assuming there's no public comment on that, but all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, folks, for coming out.